Hi, thank you so much for watching one more time. Today we are going to talk about the English vowels phonemes. So let's get on it. What is the definition of a vowel? A sound produced with no constriction in the vocal tract, always voiced. Here we have the diagram of your mouth. Basically, you need to think of it as a profile of the person, as if I'm standing, like all the vowels on the left side of the chart are front vowels. That means that the tongue is rolling forward to produce those vowels. These are front vowels in comparison to back vowels where the tongue pulls back. So basically, the horizontal axis shows you the position of the tongue in comparison to the front of the mouth. Now, the vertical axis that you see here, the vertical axis is basically the position of your jaw. As you go higher on the chart, the mouth is more closed, and as you go down, the jaw drops. Now, technically, it's not really the position of the tongue, but it's actually the space between the tongue and the upper palate. And as you open your mouth, there is more space between the tongue, the body of the tongue, or the highest part of the tongue, and the upper palate. Let's begin with the front vowels. So as we go to the left part of the chart, in the highest point of the chart, we see the E sound. This sound is the E as in see, we, she, E, E. It's a high vowel because the tongue is high. It's a tense vowel because all the articulation organs are really tense. The lips pull to the sides of it. E, E. I hope you're repeating with me. E, we, she, she, and sorry about that. And it's in comparison to the relaxed sound that also exists in the American English. Now, as you can see, it's a little lower here on the chart. It's a little lower on the chart. That means that the tone is a little lower. So one of the ways to do that is just drop your jaw a little bit. Is a relaxed sound. It's a relaxed sound. We find it in words like fish, ship, and wretch. Now, if we go a little lower, we get to the American sound. The American sound, like red, head, said. Notice that it's not said. It's not a diphthong aid. It's said. If I drop my jaw a bit more, my tongue a bit more, remember, I need to keep the tip of the tongue forward because it's on the front, on the left side of the chart. And we go to the as in cat, bad, happy, laughed, So we have the tense E as in see, the relaxed E as in said, the E as in said, and the A as in sad. Bead, the tense E, relaxed E, bed, and bed, relaxed American E, and bad, as in A as in bad. So that's the front vowels. Now let's move on to the central part. Let's move on to the center. This is the schwa sound right here. The schwa sound. The schwa is the most neutral vowel sound in American English. And look where it's positioned. It's positioned right in the center, right in the middle of the chart, because the tongue is basically at rest pose. So it's resting there on the bottom part of the mouth. The jaw is not too tense, it's not too open, pretty much as if you're just like, you know, what you're doing right now if you're not speaking. So you're just sitting there listening to me, and your tongue is resting on the bottom part of your mouth. And that's your schwa. It's also a short sound. Now we go down a little bit, then we have the sound. This is also called a stress schwa. That's the cup sound, sound. Now, while the schwa is always on stress, so it's always down stress syllable in a word. The cup is always stressed. For example, cup, country, love, money, company. The third central vowel that we are going to talk about is the as in stir. We find in words like firm, learn, her, girl, word, very neutral. The tongue is in the center. Now let's move to the back vowel. Let's move to the back vowel. This is the tense U sound as the U, room, two. The back of the tongue is all the way up there. The body of the tongue is really close to the soft palate in the back, right? And the lips are rounded. I gotta push my lips forward like food, you, chew, room, room. Now, in comparison to relax it's a middle sound between the tense and the schwa. We need to think about it as buck, foot, lock, pull. And if we move down the chart a little bit more, we have the O sound as in daughter, law. If you think of this sound in isolation, typically spelling patterns that represent the sound RAW, like tall, fall, or ALK, like walk. Now, I want to do something. This sound, if we use it alone, now it doesn't exist actually in all dialects of American English. So, for example, it is more likely to be found, or at least you will find these words pronounced with O sound on the East Coast. You will hear people saying law, tall, daughter. But on the West Coast, people actually merge this sound with the A as in father, a back open vowel sound, which we are going to talk about it in a bit. But in some dialects, this A sound will be pronounced as instead of A instead. La. You will hear la, fa. You will literally basically see that difference between those two. If it's lower on the chart, that means that the mouth is more open and the lips are less rounded. So we have the tense U as in food, the relaxed as in foot, the A as in daughter, the A as in coffee, honest, father. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a look to a few more examples. So we have here examples: feel, me, about from vowels, kid, skin, bed, head, bad, cat. We have here the different characteristics, the position of tongue, the lip rounding, the level of tension, as we already discussed. About some vowels features, the position of the tongue can be raised to different levels and different parts are involved in the articulation of vowels. Lip rounding, level of tension, length. Lip rounding, lips can be spread, neutral, or rounded. Level of tension, how tense, relaxed, or muscles are. Length, vowels can be short or long. We have the central vowels. Let's read some examples here. We have father, water, the schwa, some example about, zebra, sound, cut, double. We have the back vowels here. Let's read some examples. We have moon, glue, pot, wood, born, horse, dog, what, car, hard. Diphthongs. All right, so diphthongs is a very fun topic. Let's go ahead and read these examples. We have the diphthong A, great, fake, or I, as in I, fly, oi, as in toy, boy, o, as in boat, dough, ow, as in brown, now, ear, as in beer, near, ear, as in steer, beer, ear, as in pure. We have a fun story to actually kind of learn this more or better. Let's see if we can get along with this. So it's like we have these cowboys that are trying to pass through the streets full of tourists, and we have these sheriff Sheriff. trying to say, actually there's no way to pass at the moment, right? Because it's way too busy. So let's see how we can play with the diphthongs. So we have here in every word, in every word of the sentence, we have a diphthong. Let's see how can we read it. We have no, oh, hi, way, here, cow, boys, there, tourist, tourist. All right. So actually, this is a very fun way to learn this. Very fun way to learn this. I recommend you to copy this little game. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for our time. I appreciate you so much. And I see you in the next one. Have a great day.